You ever wonder what it's like to have so much money that the very idea of being rich starts to feel small? Like, at what point does wealth stop being about the numbers and start making you question the whole game itself? We've been fed this narrative that getting rich is the ultimate goal, but what if that's just the starting line? Today, we're diving into the kind of money that flips the script on what you think wealth really is. We're talking about strategies that take you beyond the typical rich status into a level where you're redefining what it even means to be successful. Curious? Stick around, because this is where things get real. Exceptional wealth achievement. Imagine a young adult who's pulling in more cash in a year than big-shot CEOs with their corner offices and fancy titles. We're talking over $200 million in portfolio revenue by the time they hit 33. It sounds like something out of a Hollywood movie, right? But it's real, and it's the kind of wealth that makes you start questioning everything you thought you knew about getting rich. This isn't just about stacks of cash. This is about mindset, taking risks, and making those dollars work harder than you ever could. Now, here's the kicker. This person didn't just stumble into that kind of money. Nope, they cracked the code by understanding the power of leverage and focusing on creating value rather than just grinding away at a 9-to-5. It's about mastering the money mindset, ditching those old-school beliefs that say you've got to bust your butt to make bank. Instead, they flipped the script and figured out how to use money to create freedom and control, not just buy stuff. Think about it. What if you could learn how to pull off something similar? Maybe not $200 million, though, why not aim high, but enough to make you rethink your financial goals? It starts with getting clear on what you really want from your money and then setting your sights on making that happen. We're talking about adopting habits and education financial practices that align with your goals, whether that's making investments, figuring out how to start a business, or creating a steady stream of passive income. You see, the first step to exceptional wealth isn't just working harder, it's working smarter. Challenges of hard work. A lot of people buy into the idea that if you just work harder, you'll automatically make more money. But let's be real for a second. If that were true, then construction workers, nurses, and teachers would be millionaires, right? The speaker challenges this mindset, arguing that it's not about how hard you work but how smart you work. You see, true wealth isn't built on endless hours of grinding, it's built on leveraging your time and efforts in ways that multiply your returns. Think of it this way, working harder might get you a bigger paycheck, but working smarter can get you wealth that doesn't stop growing, even when you're sleeping. This is where the idea of leverage comes into play. It's about using your time, money, and skills in ways that pay off exponentially. So instead of just clocking more hours, why not focus on finding ways to make those hours count more? That's how you turn hard work into smart work, and that's where the real money is. For instance, let's say you're trying to build wealth. Instead of picking up another shift at work, why not spend that time learning about investments that can grow your money passively? Or, consider starting a side hustle that has the potential to scale without you having to put in extra hours every day. The point is, when you shift your mindset from working harder to working smarter, you start to see opportunities where others see obstacles. Definition of work. Work isn't just about grinding through endless hours, it's about the value you generate. Picture this, you could spend your day ticking off tasks, but if those tasks don't push you closer to your goals, what's the point? The speaker redefines work as the output you create by leveraging your time and resources effectively. This means it's not just about how much you do, but how much impact your efforts have. Think about the guy who spends his day on mindless tasks versus the one who uses that same time to strategize a new business move. Who do you think ends up with more in their pocket? Now, let's break this down with an example. Imagine you're running a small online store. You could spend hours packing orders yourself, or you could outsource that task, giving you more time to focus on marketing and expanding your product line. This is where leverage comes into play. By focusing on tasks that scale your business and not just sustain it, you're using work as a tool to generate more value. It's like playing a game where you level up not by grinding, but by making smart moves that multiply your efforts. So, redefining work is about seeing beyond the grind and focusing on the outputs that truly matter. This shift in mindset transforms how you approach your daily hustle. Instead of feeling burned out from busy work, you start getting excited about the bigger picture, because now, every action you take is strategically aligned with creating more value. And trust me, this isn't just theory, it's a game changer when you apply it to your life. Keep this in mind as we move into understanding the true power of focus and leverage. Focus and leverage. When it comes to crushing it in any field, focus is your secret weapon. The speaker emphasizes that the real key to success isn't juggling a dozen projects at once, it's about pouring your energy into one main business activity. Imagine trying to master several skills simultaneously. Chances are, you'll end up mediocre at all of them. But if you zero in on just one and put everything you've got into it, that's where the magic happens. The most successful people out there didn't spread themselves thin, they doubled down on what mattered most. Think about a top athlete. They don't dabble in 5 different sports hoping to become great. Instead, they choose one, dedicate their time and energy, and leverage their strengths to rise to the top. This same principle applies to business. When you focus on one main activity, you're not just working hard, you're working smart. You're channeling your efforts in a way that maximizes results, and that's how you turn good into great. Leverage is the next piece of the puzzle. Once you've nailed down your focus, it's all about getting the most out of every effort you make. This could mean automating processes, delegating tasks, or using technology to amplify your results. For example, if you run an online business, instead of handling every customer inquiry yourself, you could set up a chatbot that handles the basic questions. This frees up your time to tackle more important tasks, like strategizing your next big move. Leveraging your time and resources effectively can turn a small operation into a booming success. In a world where distractions are everywhere, maintaining focus is your competitive edge. The speaker warns against the temptation to chase too many opportunities at once, which often leads to burnout and diluted results. By committing to one primary goal and leveraging all available resources, you position yourself to achieve far greater success. It's not just about working harder, it's about working smarter, with laser-sharp focus and effective leverage. As we explore the concept of leverage and output next, keep in mind that this is where your ability to scale and multiply your efforts truly comes into play. Leverage and output. The speaker dives into the idea that financial success isn't just about the hours you put in, it's about how effectively you can leverage your time and resources. Imagine you're planting seeds. If you plant one seed and water it daily, you might get a small plant. But if you plant 100 seeds and set up an efficient irrigation system, suddenly you've got a whole garden. The same goes for business. By leveraging your efforts, doing more with less, you can scale your success exponentially. Think about the power of technology. Today, you can automate processes, use AI to handle routine tasks, and even outsource work to specialists across the globe. The speaker points out that increasing your leverage, getting more out of each effort, is the real key to boosting your output. For instance, if you're a content creator, leveraging social media platforms can multiply your reach without extra effort. It's like having a megaphone that amplifies your voice to thousands, or even millions, instead of just a handful of people. But leveraging isn't just about technology, it's also about optimizing your personal efforts. Take a look at entrepreneurs who have mastered the art of delegation. Instead of being bogged down by day-to-day operations, they focus on high-level strategy, leaving the nitty-gritty to others. This doesn't just free up their time, it allows them to think bigger and achieve more. It's like playing chess. You're not just moving pieces randomly, you're thinking 10 steps ahead, leveraging each move to dominate the board. The speaker also highlights the importance of continuous improvement. Just because something works today doesn't mean it will work tomorrow. Successful people constantly refine their processes, eliminating inefficiencies and finding new ways to leverage their time. This mindset keeps them ahead of the curve, allowing them to increase their output without burning out. It's not about adding more hours to the day, it's about making each hour count. As you start to see how leverage plays a massive role in boosting output, the next logical step is to understand the importance of focus, which we'll dive into in the following section. Importance of focus. When it comes to achieving significant results, the speaker stresses the critical importance of focus. Imagine trying to juggle 10 different tasks at once. Sure, you might keep everything in the air for a while, but eventually, something's going to drop. Successful entrepreneurs know that to truly excel, they need to zero in on one main goal and give it their undivided attention. It's like a laser beam. When concentrated, it can cut through steel, but when diffused, it's just a harmless light. The speaker illustrates that many people fall into the trap of spreading themselves too thin, chasing every opportunity that comes their way. But those who achieve exceptional wealth understand that focus is their most powerful tool. By dedicating themselves to mastering one area, they're able to refine their skills and strategies continuously. This doesn't just lead to success, it accelerates it. Think of it as mastering a musical instrument. The more you practice, the better you get. But if you're switching instruments every week, you'll never reach your full potential on any of them. The speaker also points out that focus isn't just about limiting distractions, it's about strategic decision-making. You have to be willing to say no to good opportunities so that you can say yes to the great ones. For example, a startup founder might be tempted to expand into new markets too quickly. However, the most successful founders resist this urge, instead of focusing on dominating one market before moving on to the next. It's like planting a tree. You have to nurture its roots in one place before it can grow tall and strong. Another aspect of focus the speaker discusses is the discipline to stick with your chosen path, even when things get tough. In a world full of shiny objects and quick fixes, maintaining focus requires a level of patience and perseverance that many people lack. But those who can stay the course, refining and improving their approach over time, are the ones who end up far ahead of the competition. It's like training for a marathon. The results come not from a sprint, but from consistent, focused effort over time. As we wrap up the discussion on focus, it's clear that this concept is key to achieving exceptional results. The next step is to bring all these ideas together, which we'll explore in the final thoughts. Alright, now you've got the tools, the mindset, and the know-how to flip the script on your financial life. But here's the real question. Are you ready to step up and actually put this into action? Imagine looking back a year from now, having doubled or even tripled your income streams, all because you took this seriously. Think about how different your life could be if you stopped just dreaming about wealth and started living it. What's holding you back? Get out there, make those moves, and let's turn this knowledge into real success. Oh, and don't forget, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on more tips to keep leveling up your game. Let's keep this journey going.